called non-farm payroll, but now they call it non-farm employment, something like that. So that's what it is. So we see it as NFP. But at 2:30 today, the USD may be very, very volatile at that time. So be aware, be alert of that. Okay. So we'll just try to look at one or two things, as usual. Even though we don't have things in the market, we always have directions that we can look forward to. Am I right? So even if we don't get what we want at the moment, we know that tomorrow or next week we can always secure something. Okay. All right. So the gold sell that I just put on the general group is almost at TP3. I called the trade a little bit late. I was supposed to call it earlier. So the sell just is almost at TP3, so you can start to book your profits. That's people on the general group. But you took it, Abby. It's almost at TP3. The TP1 and 2 already happened. So the TP3 is almost there. So anyhow, that's still something for the morning, is it not? All right. So okay. Sorry, give me a second. What's going on here? Sorry, 1 minute. Okay. All right. So I think in few seconds that should be that on that gold trade while we look forward to the next calls. Okay. All right. So today's Thursday. Let's see what we can. Let's see what we can do. Okay. What do we have for today? So gold, I'm still expecting some lower pricing for gold. Actually, there was a lot of momentum that kicked in the market as at yesterday. Okay, we're very bullish at this area, but gold started a very high momentum sell as at this point yesterday. So I checked, do we have anything on the daily? Okay, no. So I checked where the sell is coming from. So maybe it's just from this expansion. It's just from this expansion that funded this sell-off. Okay. But I don't think the bullishness is over yet. Of course, if it's over, I'm going to know. But for now, I don't think it's over yet. It seems gold is just trying to come to this lower pricing that we have around this region. Let me show. So there's an area here. It's like the sweep and break that we talk about, right? So this is a sweep, okay? All of this is now like a break of structure, and all of this now is trend and liquidity, okay? So gold is looking like it wants to sell. Gold looking like it wants to sell. What's this? Okay, like it wants to sell into this guy, okay? So that's just the way I'm looking at it right now. So if this place, price sweeps and keeps closing below this place and then it's still going down, then maybe there may be some level of bearishness that's coming in. So, but for now, I've not yet, I'm not yet switched my bias on gold. Okay. I'm not yet switched my bias on gold. Gold had a very nice push up yesterday, but unfortunately, we're to take a trade from here. I think it happened in the evening. I think the trade finally came up in the evening or something. All right, we had a trade call around somewhere here that we got chopped due to the momentum that came in from gold at this point. Okay, but nothing to worry. We're still having some areas that we can expect gold to push from, which is this other block that I drew here. Okay, so this is a sweep of liquidity. We have a break of structure. All of this is a break of structure. You can start counting here as break of structure, but this is where I want to really look at it from. Okay. And now what do we have here? We also have what? We also have inducement here. Okay. So price can look to sweep here, touch here, and then start to do what? And then start to buy to the upside. Is that okay? So that's what I'm looking at for gold for now. All right. So apart from the trades that I've called, we are not looking to buy it yet. So we're just looking at the sales for now. So let's just keep following up. If there's another this thing that drops on the group, you're going to join in the trades. But for now, I've only called one, and I'm looking for it to still sell up till this point. So I don't think there are any trade calls for today on the live session, but as usual, we will try to give directions so that we can look at what we can trade between today, tomorrow, and of course even next week. Okay, so let's continue. So GBP CHF has been trending downwards for the longest time. I'm on the weekly time frame now, and you can see how this expansion occurred here. This was the last break of structure on the weekly time frame. Can you see? It was the last break of structure. And then it happened with a lot of what? With a lot of momentum. See the way that candle closed. Okay. So that shows that if we trade back into this area, we can look for something to continue selling. All right. And then what I spotted at this point now, we have this huge, imbalance that is lying down in this market here. And then we also have a key level. Can you see this area? 1, 2, before price now broke it. So it makes this area, this line that I drew, it makes this line that I drew now a very high probability line. Okay, but you see, that's not enough. When price comes back into this area, you need what? You need the structure to show you that I'm ready to follow up with those sales. And how would that happen? It will happen by price doing something like this, coming to sweep all of these lows. Okay, when price breaks all this structure like this, then you know that we are officially ready to resume the sales all the way till the low. Is that okay? So that's how we do it. So you don't just you see when we spot direction or a POI, all we do is we wait for price to retrace into that POI. When that POI is reached, you can now expect what? Can I expect price to sell? One second. My mouse is low. Let me plug that in. Okay. I hope you're hearing me. I'm still audible, right?
Yes, sir. I hear you, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning,
Thank
sir.
you.
So I
Thank
don't
you.
check AUD. Don't check AUD CHF.
I will check. I will check.
Okay, I just joined that.
No.
Thank you.
We just started. We just started. We have only done good at this one. Okay. So you see the reason why I like this zone, right? Number one, like I talked about this yesterday. I said when we have a leg like this, that's this place price closing with a body, that means from here to here becomes a swing. So whenever price comes into the premium zones, we can be expecting a sell to occur. And I showed example as at yesterday of that kind of thing happening. So this is another situation like that, but we know we need the H4 should give us that push down before we start to sell. If you don't see the expansion, please leave the trade alone. Okay. All right, that's GBP CHF. You said AUD CHF, right? Is August Sunday, you said AUD CHF, Abi? I think I lost him. All right, so but let's just see what's happening here. Okay. AUD CHF, we're still looking at this low being taken. But for now, we have something here. The previous week's low was taken, so we need to be very cautious. And you see, we had an expansion. We had an expansion to the upside, see, at this point. So I'm not going to be trading AUD CHF yet, but what I wanted for AUD CHF to happen is for price to come inside these areas and sell. Can you see? But the reason why this sell is not happening yet or is not very strong is because of this sweep that we had here. Is that okay? because of this weekly sweep that we had here. That's why the sell that I was expecting on the H4 has not been able to, be very strong. Normally, when price touches the POI, it should just give you an expansion. But because of what happened or the way price is coming back to that place is proving to be a little bit weak. So for now, I don't have anything for ADCHF. Usually, I would have wanted to sell from here. It's a very good place to sell from. But knowing what we know about the candles, okay? When we see the candle behaving like that, we need to be very cautious, okay? That's why I am not in a hurry to trade this one. All right. This is a very nice order block, actually. And the price may want to sell from this place. Let me see. This is a very nice order block, and everything is looking very good for this trade. But I'm not going to be in a hurry to take the trade because of the way price is reacting from. Okay. But this is a very nice zone. I also have this zone that is up here. This zone is also very nice because this guy can serve as liquidity for this zone. What's going on? For this zone that is here. So let's see how daily time frame. It's lagging. Okay. Okay, daily sweeping previous this high. This is interesting. Daily sweeping the previous this high. Let me see. H4 has not yet expanded. Okay. So H4 has not yet given us an expansion. So you see, I have to be very careful, sir. All right. So I'm not in a hurry to trade this, but this is looking good. This is a very nice area for sales. If here, this area and on this one too, these are very nice areas for sale. But let's be patient, okay? All right, let's continue. What else do we have? Let's see GBP AUD. What's going on these guys? Okay, GBP AUD, we're still struggling around this place, okay? We're still struggling around this place. Now, remember that we had something, this area here. I call this area from the weekly time frame. After closing this major high that we had here, after price closed here with a body, I said that we're going to look for continuations, okay? And we need to look for the most recent expansion that funded the break of structure. And we had one here, but this one, of course, this one did some work before failing. So this is another one that is here, okay? Very good. Now, around this area, you can see that price tapped into this place, and then we swept the previous week's low. Now let's go to the daily time frame. What do you see on the daily time frame? This high that we had here is still not mitigated yet, has it? Let me check. Has price gotten to that high? Oh yes, it has. That's fine, no problem. So see what's happening here. You see that we had this fully bullish engulfing candle formation, okay, and price reacted from there and was going to the upside. But I'm not in a hurry to buy GBP AUD currently. See what I spotted on GBP AUD. I spotted that this whole area, let me draw it like this. This whole area was a sweep like this. Let me clear everything on the screen. Now, see what I saw. I saw the QMR system building up here. This whole area was a sweep, okay, and then we had some break of structure to the upside, okay, and then this guy is now looking like liquidity. Is that okay? So I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but we can very easily tap it. I mean, I see we have this fair value gap that is lying down inside of here. So this whole area now becomes what? Becomes an area of interest. Okay, because we have what? We have the sweep, we have the break of structure, we have the liquidity. Is that okay? So on GBP AUD now, whenever price trades back into this place, we are going to look for buy opportunities, because coming from where we are on the weekly time frame, this area that we're on the weekly time frame, GA usually is supposed to buy, but it has been accumulating and playing around this area for a long time. So we know that when price is doing something like this, it's just trying to accumulate orders. Is that okay? It's just trying to accumulate orders. When this is done, we can expect what price to sweep, touch this POI, and then start the buy. And of course, we're not going to just trade the buy blindly, okay? We're going to expect something to happen. inside of that area, probably like a change of character or a fully bullish engulfing candle formation, something like this, then this will now be where we are going to look to trade from. Is that okay? Queen Rosie says, so Euro JPY, right? Why is it your best pair? You have made money on it, have you? When people say that a pair is their best one, you know that they have made plenty money from that pair like this. But so let me see. Euro JP, I've been saying that all these JPY pairs have been very, very, very bullish. Let me see. I think we are on all-time highs. Yes, we are on all-time highs of Euro JPY. We are on all-time highs. So let's come back home. Let's come back home. I'm going to just check where we are. So we are currently at all-time highs. There isn't much I can do. Let me see. Okay. There isn't much I can do. You see, we are very, very bullish. So when I see this kind of daily high sweep like this, I don't I don't regard it as much because because of the structure, because of how bullish we are. So let me see the 1R. Okay. It's looking very good, but we need more. We need more before we can sell this guy. Yes, I know we are at all-time highs and price likes to retrace when it gets to all-time highs. That's very good. So if I'm to trade this guy the way it is now, this candle will have to close bearish like that. And then the next day, that's, let me say tomorrow, will not sweep here. Maybe someone open somewhere here like this. And then we can look for what? H4 expansion before I will now be interested. But the way this Euro JPY has been very bullish, you can see now, I cannot just come and trade because I'm seeing the high of the previous day has been swept. I'll not come and want to sell from there. No, no, no. That's too risky. Is that okay? If we were in a bearish market, I don't know if you are with me, Queen Rosie. If you were in a
I'm with you, sir.
Okay. If we're in a bearish market, okay, and then I come and see this kind of situation, I don't even want much. I just want H4. Let's H4 to expand. Let me see what H4 is doing. You see how H4 is doing fully bearish engulfing, Abi? You see this formation that is happening here? I'll just enter 1 hour. Let me see 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour is not yet giving me the fair value gap, right? So let's say we have another candle that prints fair value gap, something like this. I'll just be very interested in selling from that area. Is that okay? But because of how this market has been buying for a very long time, I cannot do anything on it yet. Is that okay? So this is not enough information for me to take any trade or to get any direction. Is that okay, ma?
It's okay. It's okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Are you seeing anything for the pair?
No, I was
your best pair. You
even
can get something for us.
Yes, I was thinking you were going to say we'll only be looking for buy entries instead of
Yes.
sell. Like we're going to be waiting for it to, go all the way down to the other block, probably the 4-hour other block.
This one?
Before we can, or 1 hour other block before the exactly. Yes, before the buy can, before we
Yes, so
continue
that's what I'm
buying.
saying. We are still, like I said, we are very bullish. We are very bullish. We are very, very bullish. So we want to buy. So what I don't want to see, I want to see something like this.
I don't like to trade reversal. If you see any reversal that you know, please, can you drop it in a group for us?
So sorry?
I said if you see any good reversal entry, I would love to sell all the way down because the sell is still going to be massive.
Okay, but for now it's not yet ready, okay? For now it's not yet ready. But we are still very bullish now. So what you even said is making a lot of sense. We are still very, very bullish. All of these areas are POIs, Euro JPY can come to any of these guys and do something like this. The moment it does something like this, you just have to follow. You just have to follow up. USD JPY, GBP JPY, all of them are very, very, very bullish. Okay. So we are looking at buys. So that's a candle high sweep is not very valid until we get a very strong break of short to the downside before we can start selling. But for now, we are just looking to buy. Okay. All right. Euro USD.
Now, what do you say we have on gold, sir?
Gold. I don't have anything on gold yet. So gold, we are trying to. We are waiting for this thing.
Which people they send message to the group now?
What I cannot be in two places now.
Somebody sent something to the group that you should say good now.
I did that already now.
Sir?
I said that was done already. That was done already. The sell was from somewhere here now. I said we are still looking to catch some sells till this point.
Okay.
Okay. So there's nothing on gold yet, apart from when we come inside this place before we can look for any other thing. All right. So we are waiting for gold to give us development. EU, yeah. So you see how we talked about that swing, that stuff we talked about yesterday. I see it play out very well on Euro USD. Okay. This was a complete break of structure. So when price came back into the premium zones, you see the sell-off now. You see the sell-off. So on the H4 yesterday, I said something about EU falling from this place. This area here. Something was said about EU falling from this place. The only thing is that we had some areas that look like buys here, but it was still very, very valid. Okay. I think I spotted on the 15 minutes time frame. Yeah. On the 5 minutes. This was the fair value gap. This was the last FVG that EU was going to trade into. Can you see? See how this place was? We had a sweep here. We had a sweep. We had a break, right? Now, all of these guys that were just here these were all liquidity. Okay. So when EU entered here, see, this thing is very powerful. Please take note. When EU entered this place, it did the same thing it did here. It just did it here, but on a smaller scale. All right. This becomes the what? This becomes the sweep. Then, of course, this becomes the break. And then this guy here served as liquidity here, this high. So what did price do? Price just swept that high. Price just swept that high, tapped into the fair value gap. See all this huge, 5 minutes fair value gap that was lying down here. Price tapped into it, and then the huge sell-off occurred. Okay, the huge sell-off occurred. So this was how EU, sold off yesterday. Now, let's come back to the higher time frame. How can we continue? Because it still looks like there is more sales to happen, maybe even up till this drawn liquidity. So let's go from the daily time frame. Okay. So now what do you see on the daily time frame? What I'm saying is that yesterday created an expansion. I don't know if you are seeing it. Are you seeing this place? That's a break of structure. That's an expansion. So yesterday created an expansion. And you can see that there is also a huge fair value gap in this area. Okay. Now, EU has every right to retrace into these areas before continuing the sell. I don't know if you are getting my point. EU has every right to retrace into these areas before selling back down. Okay, you can also see that this place was supposed to be a demand zone. Okay, this guy here was supposed to hold for demand for buys, and he did that very well. So price coming back to disregard that place makes this place a flip zone. So price can expect what? Sells from here. Is that okay? This is the concept of demand turns supply. If I talk about key levels, is something very similar. When support becomes resistance, or resistance becomes support, right? Or of course, demand becomes supply and supply becomes demand. The same thing. All right. This is just the same English. Of course, we know that demand and supply is like is gotten from supply and from support and resistance. Okay. So this area now is a very nice area. It's like a demand zone that is turning into a supply zone. Is that okay? So price can very much come inside this guy and sell. So that's my next view. This line I drew is my next stop for Euro USD. Is that okay, Mr. Sam? This area that I'm drawing here is my next area I'm looking out for EU. Now, when price trades inside this guy and then gives us something, of course, before price starts the move, it will always give you it always give you the confirmation. It always give you the cue that it wants to start the move. So it's your own place to join. The same thing happened here now. The same thing happened here, right? Let me show you this move. See this move that we talked about yesterday. You see that when price traded inside this move, what did it do? It gave you the cue. This was the cue. See the cue here. Let me show you the see. It gave you the cue. Oh, I'm ready to sell. Oh, I've broken all this structure. So if I can see another retracement, just know that's where I'm going to sell from. That's what EU is telling you, right? So it's your place to do what? To look for internal range liquidity in the case of other blocks or fair value gaps or inducement, and then you sell from there. Is that okay? That's how you can follow up on trades. That's how you can follow up on direction. Sorry. So that's how you can follow up on direction. So this is the next place that we're looking at for trades. Is that okay? All right. Today, anything that you tell me to check, I will check. Okay. GBP USD. That's from Zoom user. I don't know the name. GBP USD. Let's see. GU reached somewhere that some sort of, well, let's see. Let me clear my chart. Let me go from higher time frame. We're analyzing on the spot. So you know how we do it now. Okay. So upon mitigation of this other block that we had here, GU ran all the way to its draw on liquidity. Very good. Okay. You know, remember this other block that we talked about. So we have sold GU, or GU has sold all the way to this point. I think we had some areas where we had some trades, but here was the final place on GU. Okay. Now let's see what happened here. This is a major low. This is a major low. How did price close from that major low? Is it not with the body? Let me see the weekly time frame. Okay, the weekly is still trying to do its own closure, but daily did it. You can see that this was a major low in the market. That price closed with a, this is always a sign for continuation. Now, when we took here with its expansion before we trade, that's like the last break. So let's see on the line chart. You can tell me, oh, this is the last expansion, that led to that break of structure. You are absolutely correct. Okay, and I like it because it's also like a key level, right? Price was here, and then we broke it with a fair value gap. So this is a very nice area. But what you are not seeing, but what I probably seen, is this guy. Can you see that this is also a break of structure? This guy, this is also a break of structure like this. I don't know if you are seeing where I'm coming from. Can you see that? Now that is where this mitigation. Can you see the mitigation? See the way price has come back to that place and then it has dropped back down. Good. Now, are you seeing that this was our POI? Now, price has given us the cue. I said that when we reach our POI like this, price will tell you, okay, I'm ready to trade by giving you what? A break of structure. Then you can do this. Now, what am I looking at for GU now? Upon mitigation of this point of interest that we had here, what happened? Look at, there is a new break of structure at this point. Can you see that? Exactly. And now, what am I looking at now for GU? GU, I just want it to trade up into this, into a discounted, sorry, what's it called? A premium price. Let's see. Now, if I'm to draw my fib from here to here, you see that that line that I drew is inside of the what? Is inside of the premium zone. You see this line, if I can make it bolder, you see that, make it 3x. You see that the line I want to sell from is residing inside of the premium price. Okay, that's the Zoom user. You see that line is residing inside of the premium zone. Good. So when price comes back into this area on GU, since we're on the H4 now, when price trades back into this area, H1 should give us something on the lower scale that we can now trade all the way till this draw on liquidity. I think the way I've dissected that guy. Is that okay?
Yeah,
Is that okay?
that's
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. What's the next one that somebody is asking for? Extreme is asking for Bitcoin. Okay. Let's see Bitcoin. BTC day body. Okay. BTC is dumping. No, BTC is dumping. It's dumping. It's dumping. It's dumping. So let's break it down together again. Let's break it down together. Let's break it down together. What do we see? What do we see? I go from the weekly time frame. I don't want to go from monthly. Monthly is too far. Okay. So we started by, this was our last swing. Okay, so we started breaking. You see, we closed here with a, sorry, we closed here with a wick. And what did I say? When we close with a wick, that's a sign for reversal. If we close with a body, it's sign for continuation. So since we closed here with a wick, you can see it goes without saying. See the way BTC started selling. All right. So we had a couple of cells. Okay. Now this guy too, this was another swing point that price took with a body. Okay. So now I'm interested. Let's see the daily. Let's see the daily. Okay. So the expansion that funded this break of structure is here. You can call it this one. You can also call it this one, since they are basically at the same area. So that's the expansion that funded that break of structure. But price has gone far away from there. So let's see the most recent information that BTC is giving us. On the weekly, I don't know if you are seeing this fair value gap extreme. I don't know if you are seeing this FVG on the weekly time frame. Okay, this is a very
Yes,
nice area that
That's what
BTC is looking. Sorry? Is someone saying something?
I said I can see. It's me,
Okay, yeah,
stream. I said I
okay, yeah,
can
with
see.
me, right? Okay. Now, this FVG is looking like a place, like a, how do I call it? Like as an internal range liquidity where BTC may want to use to start, the buys back to the upside. Now, I can refine this into this key level here. I like what is happening inside of here. Why do I like here? Because price was here, and then it broke that place with the body. So this is another place that BTC may want to even, trade down before it starts buying. So if we are to get that sell that we want to sell from here, BTC will have to give us something like this, before the buy starts. As you can see, let's go to the H4 now. As you can see, we have been selling. There's no sign of that buy yet. You see, we have been selling. Selling. So if BTC wants to buy, it should give us something like this, where we take all of these highs before we start the move. So this is the point where you cultivate a lot of patience. All right, because the information here is not sufficient. We are currently inside a bullish fair value gap. At the same time, we are still selling down. Can you see? So BTC needs to, give us a clear information. Either it destroys this whole place and then we keep selling, or it gives us what a turnaround, and then we can trade along. Is that okay, sir?
Yes, that's okay. But it is something that you mentioned earlier. You said something about if you see a week at the point of maybe at the point of support or at a resistance point. If you see a week, it's a sign of reversal. And if it's a body, there's a sign of continuation. So please, what do you mean? Make me understand. Yeah.
Okay. So in the market, we have structure points. Okay. The market, we have key areas. Oh, where's my pen? Something like this, So at this point, let me draw like this. At this point, this is a major low. This is a major low, right? Now, if price comes to this place and closes here with a body like this may be a sign for what? That sell that happened like this may be trying to continue. Is that okay? But if price comes to this area and does something like this, closes with a wick like this, right? This looks like a liquidity sweep. That price wants to do what? Price wants to go up. So that sell that was selling was not strong enough to close around this place. Okay, so it closes with a wick. They close with a wick like this, that's a sign that we are trying to go to the upside. Do you understand? So if we close with a wick, a wick shows reversal. So like what we had on BTC here, you see this area here close with a wick on that weekly time frame. This was a major structure point, the high. So as we close with a wick, you see that price started selling. Now let me look for a place that we sold with, we closed with a body. Like this guy now. See how we close here with a body, right? So everything that happened, this was a body closure. Now everything that happened here was a retracement into the expansion. After that, what happened? Is it not continuation on the buys? Is that okay? Now that's why I'm seeing this place as a continuation for buys too. This place, because of the way we did this. So price would likely come inside here and look for buy. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to explain now, sir. So when we close an area with a buy, with a body, something like this, can you see there was a body closure here? So what did price do? Price just retraced into that area of expansion and continue the buy. All right. But the point is where we close with a wick. See this one now. See this wick here. See the way we sold, right? And then it continues like that every time. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So there is
Yes, I get
more,
you.
there is more to it. There's more to it when we are going to take time to really dissect these things so that you get more clarity on it. We do a lot of chat examples. That's what we want to do in this the program that is coming up. So all the information you need is on the group. Feel free to reach
I'm not
out
on
to
the
me in
group,
case
sir.
of any. You're not in the group.
I'm not on the group. No, I'm not on the
Okay.
group.
Just text me on this number. Let me add you to the group. Okay.
Okay.
So we are doing a training. We're doing a training, a very comprehensive training. Not is what for the price that we are even putting it is even very cheap. For what we're about to give out to to people, we want to really ensure that people know how to do these things on their own. That's our goal, because the best way to trade is trading on your own. Is that okay? Now, like this FX20 now, these synthetic indices. See how we close here with a body. We close this major point with a body.
Yes.
This is a sign for continuation. Now, if I get any retracements, I like this area. Looking at this area now, sorry. Why do I like this area? You see the way price has played around this area. This becomes a key level, right? So when price comes here, we can expect price to continue the buys. Is that okay? And now let me show you something again. You see the way we closed here? See the way we close here with a wick here. Are you seeing how we close here with a wick? Are you seeing? Are you seeing that the moment this wick closure here, what happened? We started buying. But every place that we close with body, price will just want to retrace to that place and continue, that direction. So we really want to put this thing together. We're going to delve deeply into structure, liquidity, and key levels. These three things. This is all you need. Structure is for direction, liquidity is for the fields in the market, and then this guy is for POI. So when you get these three, all you just need to do is trade to the draw on liquidity. Now we give you the entry model, because we have entry models. All right, we'll give you the entry models, and then the way you even place your stop loss, the way you even approach your TP and everything, and then continuation, because some of us, we know how to enter trade, but we cannot continue. So continuation models are also inside of there. So it's something very easy. We don't believe in this thing being very difficult. All right. It's something very easy that we want to, teach, so that if we come to a live session like this, we are just flowing. Okay. We are just flowing. All right. And you should really key into it, so that 2026 we'll just be crushing the markets together. Okay. So FX40 price came. You see that yesterday's candle that was trying to buy. You see why it's good to be patient. Price came to do what? Close with a price came to close bearish on that candle. So that means this candle high now, anything, if we had that sell that we're trying to sell, that yesterday is now very valid. That sell we're trying to sell yesterday is now very valid. Okay. So now what am I looking at now? I'm looking at price sweeping, using this guy now as what? As liquidity. All right, we sweep, and then we touch in this we touch this guy, and then we can sell. All right, so that's my view for synthetic indices FX20. Okay. Okay. Mr. Moshu saying he had analysis and he hit TP. Which pair? Which pair was it? Which pair was it? So It's a very powerful system. I'm very sure that we have seen it so many times, so many times. Every place that we have called, price has reacted very nicely to that place. Sorry, excuse me. Price has acted very nicely. There's hardly a time where we call a zone and price doesn't react around that zone. So how are we able to do this? It's very simple. We have the eye to spot this this turnaround. So when you spot the turnaround, what's remaining is your entry model, the way you want to be entering the trades. Okay. So let's see. Most of these synthetics. Okay, he said FX20, right? Okay, FX20 was good. It was a very nice buy on that one. Of course, we called it here now. See, there's no trade here. There's nothing to do here. This is consolidation market. Just wait. Wait. Cultivate the habit of waiting. When it's not making any sense. I am of the opinion that if you go into the market and you see and you're not able to see what you want to see in the next, let me say, 1 minute, that market is not for you. Go to another one. I'm serious. If I come to market like this and then I'm stressing to see something, I'm trying to force my eye to see something, it means that I'm trying to derail from what I'm supposed to do. The moment I come here, I'm supposed to just see it. Like this guy, and I saw this guy since, and then price has not gotten here. Price has been playing around. So at this point, there's nothing to do here. We are consolidating for the past almost how many days? Let me see. For the past, imagine, for like almost a month, we have been consolidating. What are you supposed to do at this point? There's nothing we can do there. Is that okay? So this is a very interesting consolidation. So you just wait. Okay. So Elijah is saying do exit. I've done gold 2 times. I cannot go back to gold though. And then we have does have synthetic. No. Synthetic is well traded, sir. Synthetic is for well trade. Okay. What do we have here? All right. So this our flip 2. What I want for flip 2 to do is to break here. The moment I can get this candle that is coming, this candle can close bullish like this, and we have a break of structure at this point. I'll now be interested in the buy. You have been waiting for this guy for a very long time, so it's seeming like it wants to finally, give us a push, a move. So we will be positioned for that. Flip 3 is still dropping. It's still dropping. So if we are not trying to sell flip 3, you should be waiting now. Not trying to sell flip 3. Okay. Flip X for all these pairs, all these instruments rather. Beginning of this year, beginning of this year, it's like mid-year, right? We were killing. No, well, we're still calling trades actually up until like last month, on synthetics. But we really had a lot of good trades on synthetics from I think January till just about the mid-year. We had a lot of very nice calls or very nice trades on this guy. So I'm here on synthetics, this guy. I'm here on synthetics for this one, for flip X4. Let's see how price reacts to this place using this guy as liquidity, and there's a sweep of structure here. We have a sweep, we have a break, we have liquidity. This is like a QMR. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Price always likes to come to sweep the right shoulder and begin the move. Okay, so that's that for today. That's that for today. That's that for today. That's that for today. Okay, let me see. What do we have on this guy? This guy, and just wait a bit. Wait, see this whole place now. There's nothing that's happened here. We have just basically been, going up and down at this zone. So we cannot do anything yet. It's not clear. It's not clean. All right. But when it's clean, you just know it. When it's clean, you will know you will feel it that it's clean, and then you trade alongside. Okay. So Mr. Elijah, we are basically waiting for gold. Okay, we are waiting for gold. So let gold just give us a better pricing so that we can probably look for buys. Okay, so we're not doing anything on that for now. Okay,
Like
OT has told us to exercise patience. So exercise patience on synthetic, let it clear out. There are other synthetic indices, so there are a lot of it. So it's not just this one analyzed. Let me show you. There is so much. There is so much. Where is it? Syntax. See, there is break, there is FX20. I'm sure if I want to analyze all these synthetics, I'll probably see a trade, but I cannot analyze everything because, I don't want my brain to explode. Okay. So there's only so much I can do. So let's just wait, Let's just wait. 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 Okay, so thank you. What's happening on Fitech on 80? Nothing. 80. I'm looking at price coming into this zone for this sell. We are coming from this guy. See this area that is here like this. We're coming from this area like this. So price has now given us the sign, the cue for continuation. All right. So this is now something. It's like liquidity. So when price trades into either of these premium zones, we can expect something like a sell to occur at that point. Is that okay? So, all right. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate you
Thank you,
all.
sir.
We'll see you tomorrow. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.